All right, so now we're going to talk about the converse. So remember the conditional statement, this is like our original statement. So our original statement is P implies Q. Or you could also think of it as if P, then Q. So in this scenario, it's if an animal is a fish, then it can swim. Where this part at the beginning in red is my P, and this second part is my Q. So in order to do the converse, what we're going to do is we're going to switch the hypothesis and the conclusion. So now we've got Q implies P. So as you can see, I've got my Q, which was it can swim up here. If it can swim, then I'm going to switch it with my red part. Then the animal is a fish. So converse, you're just switching the order of P and Q. It's basically just doing a flip. Another one that we have is the inverse. So this is the same conditional statement. The inverse is when we take the opposite of what's going on. So it's not P implies not Q, or if not P, then not Q. So what's happening here is I'm adding this not here. So this is not P now, and this one is not Q. So basically the biggest addition here is by adding the word not and cannot, which makes it the opposite of what it originally is. So this is if the animal is not a fish, then it cannot swim. This one's my favorite. I love the contrapositive. It's kind of fun because it's a mix of both the converse and the inverse. So basically we're doing the converse of the inverse. So what it means is that we're going to switch them and we're going to make them the opposite. So this is not Q implies not P. So what I'm doing is I'm taking that original where it was that if the animal is a fish, then it can swim. One, I'm going to switch them. So the swimming part goes first, and I have to make it so it's not. So this is not Q implies not P. So if it cannot swim, then the animal is not a fish.